here's all you need to know about Caitlin Clark. When we would go to away games, they always sold out. Unbelievable. So Atlanta would normally have 3,000, 4,000 people. Now they have 17,000 people, and they sold 1,000 standing room only tickets. So when we walked into the arena, people were on that third balcony looking down at the tops of our players' heads to watch. It's really hard to take in. After a few away games and all of the sellouts, Caitlin asked the WNBA if they would pay spot bonuses to the away team players.
Did you know?
Here is everything you need to know about Caitlin Clark. After a few away games and all of the sellouts, Caitlin asked the WNBA if they would give spot bonuses to the away team players. Did you know that Atlanta, which normally has 300, 4,000 people, now has 700. They sold 1,000 standing room only tickets. So when we entered the arena, people were on the third balcony with their eyes on our players' heads. The WNBA refused Caitlin Clark's request to provide bonuses to rival players during away games. But this shows something incredible about Clark's character. Despite all the bullying, controversy, and targeting, she rises above it all and simply lets her greatness shine. Clark is a given talent and one of the special treasures that comes her way. Let's explore the little-known tale of Caitlin Clark. A basketball standout with a big heart said, "We're making all this new revenue, and I would like the away team to benefit from that. Could they get a spot bonus?" I mean, that's a very lovely individual. Caitlin Clark broke 62 records in her first season, averaging 19.2 points, 8.4 assists, and 5.7 rebounds per game. These aren't just impressive numbers, they're game-changing statistics that left everyone in awe, but Clark's influence extends beyond the stat sheet. The Indiana Fever's home games attracted an average of 1 million spectators, attracted more than 177,000 fans, more than certain NBA clubs. What's causing this basketball craze? These incredible numbers are only the start. Caitlin's next move stunned everyone and demonstrated why she is not only a fantastic player, but also a real game changer both on and off the court. Before we get started, please remember to subscribe to the channel. Are you ready to line up? Oh yes. What Caitlin Clark has done for the game is generational, and I just want to say thank you to you as a baller to a baller. You have raised our game and produced many great players. But what you're doing will eventually make all these women multi-millionaires, just like Tiger did and Michael Jordan did. Instead of hating her, we should celebrate her. In a league where self-promotion is commonplace, Clark's next move startled even seasoned sports executives. She pushed for something unprecedented that may make a rising star care more about her rivals' wages than her own glory picture. When Caitlin Clark, who is having a record-breaking rookie season, enters into a meeting with WNBA executives, everyone is excited and wondering what the phenom could possibly want. No, a larger contract with more endorsements. Before he does, Clark will make a break-thinking plea that will make jaws hit the floor. "We're generating a ton of new income. A commercial. I want the away team to benefit from that weight," Clark adds. What did she just ask? For her opponents to get paid more? I'm willing to bet she did. Due to the extra ticket, Clark asked for spot incentives for the opposing team during road games. Let's take a moment to process the revenue that Fever games are bringing in for rivals. It's similar to the Michael Jordan effect. So to put it another way, this has somewhat altered the sport's economics in a very noteworthy way. You may be asking yourself, why would a superstar care about her rivals' bank accounts? It's easy. Clark felt, hey, these other players are part of the show too, they deserve a piece of the pie, after noticing the ACT Arena's soaring ticket sales. In a world where athletes frequently compete fiercely for every dollar, this isn't just good sportsmanship, it's cutting-edge thinking that calls into question the fundamentals of professional sports. In addition to playing the game, Clark is striving to improve the league as a whole. The NBA's response prevented this from happening. Although collective bargaining agreements and league rules aren't particularly flexible, that isn't important in this case. What matters is the motivation behind the request, as the outgoing president of the league, Edward Clark, has given the organization specific reasons for complying, including the need to contain the virus and to protect players individually. That's Caitlin Clark's heart, according to Allison Barber. She is a sophisticated, wonderful person. Consider how few athletes in any discipline would even entertain such a move. In addition to shattering records on the court, Clark is establishing a new benchmark for what it means to be a real professional and demonstrating that success should not come at the price of others. In fact, uplifting everyone could be the secret to elevating the sport as a whole. When Lisa Blair said this about Caitlin Clark, she expressed it best. "The light of Caitlin shines. It shines on all of you, and I always remind our team that yes, we will live that life, and it benefits us all." This move shows that Caitlin Clark is more than simply a basketball machine that generates crazy numbers. She is a visionary leader whose goals go well beyond her personal achievements. Personal branding, through podcasts and hot takes, frequently takes center stage at a time when social media is popular. By standing up for her opponents, Clark is keeping her eyes on the wider picture and demonstrating that being kind isn't simply smart business. Better paid players mean greater competition, which results in more thrilling games. And guess what? Even more spectators packing the stands. Clark is truly bolstering the league as a whole. It's evident that she is attempting to get other players paid, which elevates the sport as a whole. What this means for the WNBA's future is still up in the air. One thing is certain, though. Caitlin Clark is not only revolutionizing basketball on the court, she is also questioning the very nature of professional sports. Whether the league follows her example or not, she has already established herself as more than just a basketball superstar. If you have watched this far and found the video entertaining, please remember to like, subscribe, and enable all notifications. Since watching this film takes up some of your time, we appreciate it. Now let's get back to the action. If we can be totally objective, Caitlin Clark is basically everything that people have ever wanted in a leader. The impact of Clark extends beyond the arena, is changing lives in unexpected ways. Ever wonder how a basketball star ends up in a hospital nursery, or why families are contributing to an Iowa food pantry from as far away as the United Arab Emirates? Clark's official record for basketballs is the kind of thing you might be even more astounded by court actions than by her record-breaking statistics. Imagine Caitlin Clark entering the Peyton Manning Children's Hospital during a landmark season. But she isn't there for a picture. She is there to make NICU families truly happy. It means a lot to one family that called Clark's visit the ideal farewell gift as they prepared to depart after a lengthy hospital stay. It's these small, sincere interactions that reveal the true heart of a champion. But Clark's influence extends beyond the hospital walls. Clark's visit was more than just signing basketballs. She assisted a NICU baby's sister in honing her basketball skills, providing moments of normalcy in an otherwise stressful environment. Remember the food pantry we mentioned? Clark's efforts resulted in the Coralville Community Food Pantry in Iowa, receiving almost $66,000. This wasn't a one-time donation either. As word of Clark's project spread, contributions flooded in from all throughout the nation. Consider that a small Iowa food pantry is receiving international support because to the impact of a basketball star. Allison Clark has had the pantry turned into a basketball-related service provider from the 4-square-mile radius of Iowa to our north. John Baller, the executive director of the food pantry, was astounded to hear that donations came from as far away as the United Kingdom and the United Arab Emirates. Since I was in middle school and lived in Des Moines, I have been volunteering at the local food pantry and homeless shelter. I believe it's a good way to give back because I don't think people realize how big of a problem food insecurity is in our world. This isn't just charity, it's smart, targeted action meant to make a real difference. Clark isn't spending money on arbitrary causes. Instead, she's concentrating on causes that are important to her, including sports, education, and nutrition. In 2022, the Caitlin Clark Foundation gave $22,000 to the Central Iowa Boys and Girls Clubs, but it goes beyond simply giving checks. In addition, the foundation donated more than $113,000 worth of winter clothing and athletic supplies, ensuring that children are not only fed but also prepared for success. To further demonstrate Clark's understanding of the value of education, the foundation even started a back-to-school backpack project, distributing 350 backpacks full of school materials, ending poverty cycles. When asked about the focus of her charity, I was thrilled because she is my favorite basketball player. It's not simply platitudes, Clark claimed. Those are the same pillars that really have allowed me to have a lot of success in my life. Clark's behavior demonstrates a strong personal bond with these issues, Clark isn't waiting to change things until he retires. At the pinnacle of her profession, she is using her position to encourage others. This tactic is drawing corporate sponsors who increase her influence, generating a positive change snowball effect. We've seen that Caitlin Clark's effect goes well beyond the hardwood, affecting lives and inspiring change. But this is where things get really interesting. Her impact on women's basketball is evident. Could she be the catalyst for a seismic shift in the sports landscape? Considering the greatest names in sports history, Clark's path may redefine what it means to be a sports icon in the 21st century. Michael Jordan. Imagine Caitlin Clark's name next to that of Tiger Woods, Serena Williams, and other athletes who went beyond their sport to become cultural icons. It's not just a dream, it's a very real possibility. The Nike staff informed me that Caitlin's actions were comparable to Tiger's in that they attracted new followers to the sport, which inspired Michael Jordan to become a role model for all the children. Caitlin has brought new fans to the sport, but she's more than that. She's 22 years old, so she started playing right out of college.